Hey everyone, welcome to my channel for the love of sports. Today we'll be going over the ATP tennis predictions for the Barcelona, Munich, and Challenger events. We're on a 17 and 10 betting run, and let's hope to keep it going. So if you notice here, I did add this spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet that I use to keep track of my bets. As you can see here, I added not only NBA but also MLB. So I will be adding some more sports into this betting page. I just enjoy watching sports in general, so I will be adding some of those in here. And as you can see, those two sports that I added actually made us profitable for April 18th, which is great. And then today I ended up taking Alexander Zverev to win 2-0 versus Marozsan, and Cerundolo to win a set against Ben Shelton. So Alexander Zverev won 2-0 versus Marozsan. I think that was just more of talent. Just he has more talent, and he just to enjoy the surface. This year he hasn't been as good, but he's bound to bounce back, and now he's in the finals. And we'll go touching that in a second. The next one we have Cerundolo to win at least one set versus Ben Shelton, and that was basically just Cerundolo. His form. His form was great, and he actually ended up losing that game. Well, that match. Very surprising there, but we'll touch on that in a second. Just wanted to kind of show my spreadsheet out and see how you guys like it. So first we'll go into the Barcelona tournament. We have Holger Rune versus Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz leads 2-1 in the head-to-head matches. Ah, man, this is a tough one. This is a really, really, really tough pick. Alcaraz just won the last tournament and in Monte Carlo, and he's looked dominant ever since. But here comes the emergence of Holger Rune. So we did bet against Holger Rune. We took Casper Ruud against him, and wow, that was a massacre. That was a massacre. And Holger Rune just massacred Karen Khachanov. Two matches in a row where he's just destroying his opponents. I mean, he looks like the in-form Holger Rune that we've been waiting for. He's been so inconsistent at times, but when he turns it on, he's really, really hard to beat. But this is Carlos Alcaraz. This is his home turf. I can't see Alcaraz losing in home. I think he's just too good. He's just too good. Holger Rune has a chance. I think it could be a three-setter. I think it will be a close match. Even if it is a two-setter, I think it will be a close match. It's just really hard to pick against Carlos Alcaraz at the moment. The price is just too much for me too. Like I cannot take a bet in this game because the prices are they're just too high in terms of Alcaraz. And there's no saying that Alcaraz just comes out there and 2-0s Holger Rune. So let's go to the next one. Next one, we are in the ATP Munich tournament. Ben Shelton versus Alexander Zverev. So we took Cerundolo to win at least a set against Ben Shelton, and he did. He won the first set. But the next two sets, Ben Shelton took over. He really showed his ability to play on his surface, and I was pleasantly surprised. I am from the U.S., so Ben Shelton, I try to root for them as much as I can, and good for him. This is a big win, in this surface for him. Francisco Cerundolo is a proven player in this surface, and for him to beat him in a three-setter, especially in a tight three-setter, very impressive. On the other hand, Alexander Zverev took care of business, won 2-0 against Fabian Marozsan. Fabian Marozsan was also playing pretty well. Even at times during that match, Fabian Marozsan put on some pressure against Zverev, and Zverev dug deep, and he took down that match 2-0. He did not want to have another three-setter. Um, he's had a lot. He's had some matches that he should have won. He lost to Greek Spore, and he almost lost to Greek Spore again this tournament, but it's what I'm saying. He's really reeling in. He's getting ready for this big tournament coming up in the clay. We are in clay season, and this is when he has to play at his best, and he is playing at his best right now. I was looking at what to take in this match. I thought about 2-0 Zverev. I wouldn't be surprised though if Ben Shelton takes a set. And they have played once before in a head-to-head matchup, and it went 3 sets in the hard court. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 3 sets either. I thought about Zverev minus 3.5, minus 4. Ben Shelton could keep it close though. It could come down to 2 tie breaks. So this is just a really tough match to predict. The two finals are honestly very difficult to predict, and I do like a couple of other bets today. One other tennis bet, which we'll go on shortly, and I like some other sports. So I don't want to invest too much in what I'm not confident in. And right now, these two finals matches are very difficult to predict. If I had to pick the winners for both of them, I would go Alcaraz and Zverev. But even then, if I were to pick those two together, it wouldn't be a good price. So I'm gonna pass on making a best bet for the final two tournaments, but I do like some challenger bets. So we have Francisco Comesana versus Elmer Muller in the final. Comesana just took down Taberner in straight sets, really dominating fashion, and I see him winning the final. He's been playing really good in the surface. He's a really proven player, honestly. I've liked seeing him in the other tournaments that he's been in, and I have bet him as well. So I've seen a lot of him, and I do like his play skill and his talent. Next, we have James Duckworth versus Dan Martin. This is just based on experience. Duckworth is way better in terms of ranking, and I think in terms of talent right now. You know, I don't know too much about Martin, but I do know a decent amount about James Duckworth. I've seen him in many matches, and he's known for keeping it close. He's even when he's played against really good opponents, he keeps it close, and I do think that he'll win this and go on to the final in his event. All right, so the best bet that I have for today, I have James Duckworth money line versus Dan Martin and Francisco Comesana money line versus Elmer Mahler. That comes out to minus 117. Pretty good price in my opinion. I like that bet. And let me know what you guys are taking. Let me know if you're taking anything for the finals. This is a really tough couple of matches here, and I'm really getting excited, for that next big tournament coming up in May. I will make another video on the other sports that I mentioned in the video. And thank you guys. Like and subscribe.